For this video, I'm just going to go over some terms that you're going to need for this unit of science. So these are ecosystem terms. First is ecology. Ecology is the study of relationships. Relationships between organisms, so between two living things, or organisms within their environment. Ecosystem. An ecosystem is studying the interactions between living and non-living things. So we might talk about things like the food web and how one organism relies on another organism and the breakdowns in those ecosystems and what impact that has. When we're talking about and studying a specific environment, we'll refer to biotic and abiotic elements. So biotic are the living things within that environment, and abiotic are the non-living things within that environment. So a non-living thing could be sun, rain, rocks, water, snow. Those are elements that make up an environment, but they are not living, so they're considered abiotic. An organism, like we said, is any living thing. A microorganism is a living thing that is so small it requires that you look through a microscope in order to see it. A species. So a species is a group of organisms that if they mate and reproduce, will reproduce the same species. And I have a graphic organizer that will explain that further. So moving up from species, we have population. So a population is a group of organisms, a specific species, so the same species within a given area. And so it's the amount of them within a given area. Then there's a community. The community, again, is a given area where there's a population of different species. So you'd have different populations of specific species that make up that community. So here's a graphic to further explain it. Okay, so let's imagine that this is our given area. We have an individual species, the monarch butterfly. That is an individual species. Within this given area, that species has a population. Again, within that given area, that monarch, that species, is a part of a community of other populations. So we'd have snakes and milkweed and coyotes and blue stem grass and deer mice. So these are specific species that have a specific population within the community of this given area. There's some terms.